NASCAR driver Jimmie Johnson is as dominant a force as you'll ever find in racing. He's captured the checkered flag more than 80 times in his career. When he won his 7th Sprint Cup championship back in 2016, he pulled alongside NASCAR royalty, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt Sr., as the only drivers in the history of the sport to win 7 titles. But his dominance was years in the making. He was just 25 years old when he signed to race for Hall of Fame team owner Rick Hendrick, a moment that he credits as life-changing. Listen in on my conversation with Jimmie Johnson as he thinks back to the culture change that took place at Hendrick Motorsports and how their focus on loyalty and growth has fueled his championship success.
They had experience trying to go out and hire the best people, and I think mid to late 80s they went out and hired the best person in every position. They called it the dream team. They thought they'd win every race and every championship. They did terrible. All they did was fight with one another.
Who was the driver?
Darrell Waltrip was the driver.
Okay.
And they had the best crew guys and the best crew chief, and they had this group of people working together with high expectations. I'm sure egos got in the way. I wasn't around for it, but I've heard plenty of stories about it. But it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So when the 48 came along, the philosophy was we're going to grow it within. So Chad Canales, unknown crew chief, had potential. Jimmie Johnson, unknown driver, had potential. Our mechanics, the crew guys, we were all, you look back at the early day photos, I've got to have some around here somewhere. I mean, we're kids. We're all kids that had potential. And we grew together and started the 48 from nothing. And that philosophy works. So it's just kind of been in our blood. Ron Malik is the car chief. He's been here since day one. Ron and I go back to...
You guys lived together, right?
Lived together in the late 90s in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So, every place has its own style. Every company, every individual, and my style fits the Hendrick style. And when we have our quarterly luncheons, I think this last quarterly luncheon, Rick passed out. He always passes out Rolex watches to people who've been here 25 years. He passed out 10 for the last quarter. I mean, it's just a place where loyalty, family, there's, we grow people within. We have all these young new faces that show up right out of school, right out of college essentially now, with it being such an engineer-based industry, and we grow them from within. That's just how it's always been here.
The questions for you now are, what qualities do you look for when you build a team? As a leader, do you value the personalities and their effect on the team culture more or less than you value sheer talent and past performance? And as a team member, are you celebrating your teammates' impact? Or are you selfishly thinking only about how you cross the finish line? This is one of the many lessons learned in the study of greatness. What makes the great ones great? What makes the great teams great? And what makes a great teammate are all major discussion points for me when sitting down with the greatest winners in sports, business, and even nonprofits. And I want to keep the conversation going with you. Please help yourself. Click on some of the other videos from the Greatness Green Room that I know will be of value to you. And as always, you can visit donyeager.com to connect with me on keynote speaking, monthly webinars, our virtual learning program, blogs, best-selling books, and more. Thanks for stopping by the Greatness Green Room. Until next time, be great every day.